Pablo Picasso painted L'Entrain, The Embrace, on the 19th of November 1969. This work is a monumental canvas in scale and in subject matter. It's the culmination of a lifetime of work on the embracing couple. It is an immediate, arresting painting depicting a couple in a moment of passion. Here, a male and female figure meld together. They are still partially dressed. The woman in a beret, still shod in a smart black heel, watch still fastened around her left wrist. The male figure sports a striped shirt. It's a clear nod to Picasso himself. While the male figure may indeed symbolize the artist, as is true in much of Picasso's work, a sense of voyeurism here is inescapable. The artist paints a stolen moment. The viewer watches, and the sense of urgency is further heightened by Picasso's handling of his medium. The tree and its foliage depicted through rushed swaths of brushwork, gobs of paint left where the brush suddenly leaves the canvas at the end of each leaf, while the figure's mouths, hands, and genitals are all created with smooth, fast applications of pigment. Picasso had depicted amorously embracing couples since his earliest years as an artist. By the 1950s, he was the leading artist of his day. With nothing left to prove amongst his peers, Picasso decided on a direct engagement with the old masters and with his predecessors. He took on Ingres, Velázquez, Rembrandt, Rubens, El Greco, Poussin, Delacroix. He took on Courbet. He took on Manet. It was Manet, and specifically his Déjeuner sur l'herbe, to which this painting owes its greatest debt. Manet's work had caused an outcry when it debuted at the Salon des Refusés in 1863. This frank depiction of contemporary Parisians picnicking in nature, the male figures dressed, the females undressed, was clothed in none of the traditional tropes that would make this sort of scene palatable. Picasso embraced the controversy and the painting by creating dozens of representations in a wide variety of media between 1959 and 61. The Embrace takes this appropriation one step further. While the palette of this canvas, dazzling greens, blacks, browns, and whites, directly recalls Manet's masterpiece, the arrangement of the figures here is, quite obviously, very different. Les Trente was included in the first of two exhibitions of Picasso's work at the Palais des Papes in Avignon. The exhibition, with the paintings hanging in the majestic surroundings of the Gothic Palais des Papes, became legendary. With 165 canvases hung, sometimes 2 or 3 deep, along the walls of the palace, the effect was extraordinary. Filled with an exuberant, bold energy, the present canvas is a physically monumental testament to the final act of one of history's greatest artists. In keeping with the best examples of the work of Picasso's final decade, though painted more than 50 years ago, the present work feels completely contemporary in its direct dialogue with the artists of the later part of the 20th century, as well as the figurative movement of today. As Francis Bacon stated, Picasso is the reason why I paint. Picasso was the first person to produce figurative paintings, which overturned the rules of appearance. He suggested appearance without using the usual codes, without respecting the representational truth of form, but using a breath of rationality instead, to make representation stronger and more direct.